Good evening, ladies and gents, lads and lasses. Welcome back to another Mr.Protato stream. Holy moly, it's finally time. I have been very lazy in making shorts. I know it's gonna take an hour or two of my day. However, I've been so tired. I've been so lazy and busy and all that kind of stuff. But whatever. Wait. Let's select an adventure first. Yeah. Select adventure here. Since I finished episode 1. Ooh. The Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Holy moly. Oh, wait a second. Should I? I wonder if I should. Oh, right! Holy shit. I forgot. Let me do this real quick, yeah? Where's that thing? Where are you? There you are, baby. I have not done this in a while. Okay. Are we going back to London? I think so. I want to go back to London. Opening one. What is this? I've never seen this in any DC-20 game. I thought you just select the chapter. Memoirs of the Clouded Kokoro. Oh shit.
A killer and a crime
There we go.
perpetrated on the pavement along Briar Road. As the victim lay at death's door, the mystery of just who had stabbed the young lady from behind had been resolved.
Oh.
But no sooner had my friend saved that Eastern Exchange student from his harrowing plight
Harrowing-plight.
than in the dim, flickering shadows of gaslight did a second bizarre crime rend the stillness of that very night.
Very night.
I dare say most can still recall the sensational headlines of the day. Haunted apartment of death, the condemned criminal's curse, the dread demon of coal gas.
Who could this be? Is there Jack the Ripper or something?
Though the great detective had at once discerned the truth upon his arrival at the scene, it only proved to be the overture that announced the rising of the curtain on a most tragic play.
A tragic play? Is it Jack the Ripper? My name is Rinosuke Naruhodo. I'm a fledgling lawyer just starting out on my journey. 6 months ago, I arrived as a visiting student of law. Having made the long voyage across the sea from the Empire of Japan to here, London, England. And on the way, in quite extraordinary circumstances, I made the acquaintance of a world-famous detective. Home sweet home. Messy office, sweet messy office. Currently, I reside in the attic of the detective's own lodgings, from where I run my legal consultancy of sorts. I've successfully defended a number of clients in Britain's highest court, the Old Bailey. But since a particularly grueling and unforgettable legal battle 4 months ago now, I haven't returned to the courtroom. In truth, I lost my right to return. But that epic trial was just one small part of an epic tale. A tale which was now about to awaken from slumber. Thanks to a letter that arrived this morning from my homeland. I'll take that. Oh, dude, I'm hungry. I haven't got buffet. I haven't got a trial in so long. What a delicious smell wafting up the stairs. It must be nearly time for breakfast. I'd better go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite and say good morning to the great detective and his flatmate. It's gonna be those two. Yeah. Wait, Susie Sato, yeah? Ah, Bruno, good. I was just about to call up to you. These bacon's ready. Good morning, Iris. It smells delicious as usual. Before we eat, though, I have some news. I had a surprise this morning. Shh, not another word, Mr. Naruhodo. This could be just the abstruse thing for my pre-breakfast stagnation. Repelling mental stimulation, my dear fellow. Morning to you, Mr. Sholmes. Ah, yes, I see. So that's it. Oh my god! Bro, his face is up in my... you're too close, man. You know, you're too hot. You know what? I kind of look like him. Yo, you know what? I'm Sholmes now. Hell yeah. See the resemblance? See the resemblance? You know what? You know what? I gotta take this real quick. I gotta take this real quick, yeah? I gotta take this real quick. Oh, wait, why didn't I take a picture of the previous one? Oh. But you know what? Whatever. Maybe next time. What are you talking about? You, Mr. Naruto, you have, this very morning, met with a surprise. Well, is that not the case? Really, my dear fellow, it barely warrants explanation. Firstly, your hair is particularly unkempt, somewhat reminiscent of a bird's nest. Oh, is my hair that bad? Secondly, you have neglected to fasten the third button on your jacket. Clearly, when considered together, these two fact points to you having been flustered this morning. Can I talk now? But of course, though I don't look for admiration, you understand? Alright, yeah. Same. My hair has always looked like this. It's been this way since I first met you. Oh, it has? And the button was ripped off last night, if you remember. By you. Hurley, pull your button off! Early. Ah, yes, I recall the incident now. It was after supper, was it not? As the evening advanced, I picked up my violin and began to play the wailing notes of a haunting tune. But then, to my utter dismay, the third string snapped. What did it have to happen? Why? Little wonder then, that is my vexation. I grabbed the first button I saw and ripped it from its proper place. Well, I'd like it back now, please. It's troubling me that I can't fasten my jacket. And it's troubling me that you expect me to know where it is. Somewhere thereabouts on the floor, one presumes. Helpful. I love this dude, man. It's finally, the funny trio is back. What matters at present time, my dear fellow, is simply whether or not my deduction was unerring. But Hurley, Bruno said when you came in, didn't he? I had a surprise this morning. Well, that really is a surprise. Yes, this man is the pride of the British Empire, the famous consulting detective Mr. Sherlock Sholmes. There can't be a single person in the world who doesn't know his name. Alright then, enough of this silly conversation. Come and eat this bacon before it gets cold. And I have new herbal tea for you to try too. My little special blend. And here we have Iris Wilson, Mr. Sholmes' lodger and companion. A truly exceptional young girl who's the author of a highly successful serialization here in London. Yes, The Adventures of Herlock Sholmes, as published in Rand's magazine. Yeah. So, Mr. Naruhodo, would you put us out of your misery? What surprise you have this fine morning? Well, I received a letter from Japan. Oh, from Susie, you mean? Was it? Really? That's right, and she had some rather startling news, in fact. Intriguing indeed. You must tell us all about it over breakfast. Oh yes, what fun! Okay, I guess all that's left is to converse. This is the letter that arrived from Japan this morning by international post. Oh, how lovely! Look at Susie's beautiful writing. I wish I could read it. And how is your judicial assistant faring, may I ask? She's very well, thank you. In fact, according to what she's written, she's actually appeared as a lawyer at Japanese Supreme Court and won a case. Oh, really? Oh, isn't she wonderful? Oh, cut above your good self, my dear fellow. I've won cases too, you know. Apparently, Mr. Natsume appeared in the trial as a witness. Natsume? No, I don't recall that name. Of course you do. We helped the man twice. You know, in 2 cases that took place on Briar Road 6 months ago. The moustache twitchy man with the somewhat feline eyes and the moustache. He didn't have 2 moustaches, Hurley. Yes, who could forget those 2 cases? They made a very deep impression on me. Although I must confess, the details are a little hazy now. A very deep impression they made on you, clearly. The startling news. So, what is this startling news penned by Mr. Sato? Do you remember the case of the haunted lodgings, Mr. Sholmes? Yes. It's very interesting, you know. I don't feel entirely uncertain that a case of that nature did not occur. He's totally forgotten then. Anyway, in her letter, Mr. Sato asked that we read over her case notes again and investigate further. Though it took place half a year ago, for what purpose? Because of something that Mr. Natsume said to her, apparently. He suggested that the real reason why she was called back to Japan so suddenly might have something to do with that case of the haunted lodgings. Excuse me. Oh gosh. I need water. Oh? Hell yeah, Mr. Sholmes, like, bruv. Like, do you not see the resemblance? The man looks like me, if anything. On Mr. Natsume's return to Japan, Mr. Sato's father questioned him about the case, she says. And something Mr. Natsume said appeared to trouble Professor Mikotoba, prompting him to send that telegram. Oh, that case? Yes. It was very strange, wasn't it? I can't remember. Can you guys at least enlighten me once more? It's been like 3-4 months. I mean, for you guys, it's been 4 months, but I don't think I remember within those 4 months. Please help. Yes. And I had compiled the whole story into a nice, neat manuscript ready for publication too. But then Hurley here was all funny about it, remember? He was very mean. That story must not be published, he said, very mysteriously as well. Really? I said that? Are you sure? Do you perhaps know something about it as well, Mr. Sholmes? About why Mr. Sato was suddenly told 4 months ago that she had to return to Japan. repetition. It's been 4 months now since we waved Susie off the Dover. It was such a shock, wasn't it? The way she just suddenly announced that she had to go back to Japan. Indeed it was. Indeed it was. Due to a telegram she received from her homeland, I believe. That's right, telling her to return urgently. Yes, because her father had passed away. No. It just said he was just suffering from a high fever, the cause of which was unknown. He's not dead. But according to this letter, that news about her father's fever was just a ruse. A ruse? So Susie's daddy lied to her so that she'd make the voyage back home. Why would he do that? I have to admit, I have absolutely no idea. But she believes it's almost certainly related to the case of the haunted lodgings. Gosh, I'm sick. A little bit, not really bad, but I can still string. Summoning her back to Japan so suddenly like that, I wonder what Mr. Sato's father is hiding. Hurley, do you know what it is all about? What it's all about? Yeah. Oh, he's back. Well, who can say? What? But you said. Please, I have engagements, my dear fellow. My calendar is quite surprisingly full today. And what engagement might those be, Mr. Sholmes? A stringent analysis of the matter would be excessive, I feel, even if I were quite at leisure. So, man the fort in my absence, won't you, Iris? I will, Hurley, don't worry, see you later. He scuttled off rather quickly there. Alright, baby. Gosh. I think perhaps Professor Mikotoba isn't the only person hiding something here. Soseki-san was involved in 2 cases, but only one of them were forbidden from being published. By, of all people, Mr. Sholmes. Ah! I found them at last! Iris, are they... The notes about the case? That's right, Susie and I compiled them together. The case of the haunted lodgings. Do you want to read them, Runa? Haunted lodgings. Which one was that? Wait, the last case was... What was the last case again? The last case I remember. It was a music disc thingy. Yeah, it has something to do with the music disc thingy. And then there was the Egg Man. Mr. Eggert Benedict man. The JoJo guy. I'm trying to remember really well what it was. What was the case about? It was a murder, definitely, like all the rest of the cases. Right, no, wait. It was the thief girl, the tomboy thief girl. What was her name? Shoot, I forgot. She was convicted of murder with Magnus McGilded. And then before that, we have the Mr. Natsume. And in his case, someone was murdered, and then he was at lodgings. Yeah, wait, which case are we talking about? Absolutely, thank you, Iris. I have no idea what secrets could still be hiding in the shadows of this case. But perhaps if I read it over the notes again, something might come to light. That's the spirit! Which one is this? Do tell me, do tell which part of that case of Mr. Natsume then. He appeared in 2 cases, if anything. And so, Iris and I decided to read over the case notes again together. Everything from what happened to our investigation and that fierce battle in the court that followed. Reliving every detail. I just need to find a clue, and I have all the time in the world. Because of course, I'm no longer allowed to practice law in the courts of Great Britain. Why am I not allowed to practice law? I had like 5 cases to my name, if anything. Man, it was 6 months ago. A mysterious incident that unfolded on the wintry streets of London. Wait, give me a sec. God blimey. Me nose, man. A young woman was found lying on the snowy pavement of Briar Road with a knife in her back. Fortunately, her life was spared, but she was unconscious for several days following the incident. Yeah, I remember this case now. So it's this case, but what is it about? Wasn't it just an accident, if anything? And then the police couple, was like, doing something about it. I don't know. The fog was thick, and nobody saw her attacker, but by a cruel twist of fate, a visiting Japanese student was walking behind her at the time and was duly arrested. That man was Soseki-san, and the man who effected his arrest was Mr. Sholmes. Believing in our compatriot's innocence, Susato-san and I decided to represent Soseki-san in court. And after a grueling trial of many twists and turns, we finally managed to prove his innocence. Yeah! Joyful, joyous, jubilant, jubilation! Was the man's reaction after the trial, but his jubilation was short-lived. Go blind me. We received a telegram from Mr. Sholmes the following morning. Oh, be right back, man. I gotta use the bathroom real quick. Oh gosh. Oh, I had a sore throat 2 days ago. No, I don't know what happened, but I'm getting better, if you're asking. Gosh, the victim of Briar Road stabbing has regained conscious. Hurry to the baths at once! Okay, is that how it goes? Let me put this as live chat. Yeah. So Susato and I summoned a hansom and headed immediately to the hospital. Huh. Is a hansom the British word for taxi? Oh, I wonder. Wait, what is... Oh wait, I forgot to turn this off. Wait, what's happening? We're meeting the lady now? Whatever for? There you are at last. Good morning, Mr. Sholmes. I think not. Oh. You're late. What on earth took you so long? Your telegram only arrived at 5 o'clock. Mr. Sholmes, it's 20-minute ride to the hospital. That's right, it's 5:30 now. I think we made very good time. Dude, there's no text messaging back in those days. The time is utterly irrelevant. The fact is, I have been waiting for what it has felt like an eternity. In point of fact, I myself was awoken at 4 this morning by a telegram boy, and feeling it was somewhat unjust that I alone had been roused at such an hour, I sent one to you. Well, thanks for that. Anyway, you're here now, so the victim is over there. She's only regained consciousness. Just regained consciousness. Why is that rat there? Kill it. Wait, this is a hospital. Why is there a rat in a hospital? You should introduce yourselves, and I shall observe from here. Okay. So that's the lady who was found on the snow-covered pavement with the knife in her back. Her name is... yes, here we are. Miss Green. Right, I guess I'll have to talk to Miss Green then. Oh, okay. What is that thing? What is this? You know what? I'm going to investigate this room real quick.
A mouse, Mr. Naruhodo. An enormous mouse.
A vermin in a hospital. That doesn't seem the best.
But it looks like a very healthy specimen, doesn't it? It's very plump.
I'm not sure we can say that's down to the excellence of this facility, if that's what you were thinking. Let's check out this bag real quick.
That must be a bag of Miss Green's personal belongings.
She would have been brought directly here after she was found stabbed on the pavement, though.
I expect a friend or family member probably brought some things for her.
Alright then, let's see what's inside. A change of clothes, no doubt, and...
No, Mr. Naruhodo. We must never scrutinize a young maiden's personal belongings.
But the young maiden might have chocolates, or biscuits, or caramel. Yo, open that bag now! I love all those things. I have biscuits right here. Just in case if I feel hungry or numb. This rounded wooden figure isn't the most charming, isn't it?
Oh, I don't think that's a decoration, Mr. Naruhodo. It's an artist's mannequin, I believe. Used one practicing sketching the human form in different poses.
Anyway. Really? It's not exactly what you call a typical figure for that purpose, though, is it?
No, I suppose not. I confess, I've never seen one quite so full-figured before.
Well, if you want to draw a full-figured person, it's definitely the right tool for the job. Yeah? What's Annie still doing here? Okay, oh, okay, let's read this. This looks like the patient's treatment notes. Let's see. Do not feed. What is this place? A zoo? What is this place? A zoo?
You know, I seem to remember seeing an almost identical sign at our local park.
For the pigeons, yes. This is a person. Poor woman, I hope she hasn't read this. Oh man, I remember being in the hospital and I was not allowed to eat. It was so bad. I was so thirsty and hungry, if anything. God blimey. Hey, what's this? Oh, what? Okay. My friend texted me. There are lots of bottles in the cabinet, aren't there? Do you think it's safe to keep them like that?
If you were a patient here, I feel you should take some medicine by mistake when you were half asleep.
That is a worry. But at least the cabinet has a lock, even if it's only a flimsy looking one.
Oh, I've no doubt you'd manage to unlock that somehow while you were half asleep as well.
There are limits even to what I can do when I'm half asleep, you know, Mr. Sato. Mr. Sato? Okay. I don't think there is anything else here that I need to inspect. Oh, there's another one. Okay. There's two more. There's a bowl over there. There's another note. Okay. Right. Two more. This looks like a treatment notes for whoever's occupying this bed. Let's see. Do not permit to run around the hospital. Oh, what?
The patient doesn't seem to be here at the moment, so...
He or she is probably running around the hospital then.
Oh dear, how worrying.
What? What's worrying is why they haven't discharged the patient yet. Is he gonna die? No! There are all sorts of medicine in this cabinet. Look, wait, is it the same? I'm not sure if it's safe. Yeah, it is the same.
Yes, you're right.
Susato's so cute though, I really like that. But at least there seems to be a lock. It's slightly different. I don't imagine it would stop you if you were hungry. Wait, what? I worry you break the lock. Hunger doesn't turn me into a criminal, you know, Mr. Sato. Mr. Sato. Okay. Last one. Let's talk to this last. Good morning. Oh shit, that was so scary. The way she looked like what? Hello, Ryunosuke Naruhodo from the Empire of Japan.
Oh, was it your knife that? Are you the man who...
No. I'm a lawyer.
And I'm Susato Mikotoba. Pleased to meet you. Oh no, was it your knife then? Are you the one? No, I assure you. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. We heard that you regained consciousness and wanted to come to give you your best wishes. Best wishes? For me? Thank you. I'm Olive Green. I'm an artist.
An artist, you say? I have can you do rigging? Do you do VTubing models? Eh?
Well, no, that's not right, is it? Is it? What I mean is, I'm trying to be an artist.
Oh, she's trying to be an artist. All right. Good luck to you, lady.
Well, what I really mean is, I desperately want to be an artist.
Okay. You know what? I'll call this female wolf.
But the truth is, I don't have any talent.
No, you do have talent, you beautiful woman.
I know I don't. It's no wonder I was stabbed in the back.
I don't think that's related, actually.
Gosh, this young woman seems to bend over backwards to put herself down.
Seeing as we're here, we should ask her about what happened from her perspective, I suppose. About the incident. Tell me. To suddenly be... Wait, I think I need to turn on my thing so that I don't become too loud when I shout. Let me test something. Oh, wait. Oh, that's not it. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. But that's fine then. Oh, wait, I didn't read that. I'm gonna read it at least. I don't need to read it. About the incident. Oh, okay, that's it. What a terrible experience you had, Miss Green.
It was so cold that day, and the fog was so thick, I couldn't see a thing. That was 4 days ago now, I think. Is that right? Yes, that's right. I'm afraid you've been comatose all that time.
Excuse me.
But the case has been solved, hasn't it? Well, I've been here in the hospital, I mean.
Indeed it has, my dear madam, spectacularly by none other than I, Herlock Sholmes.
Mr. Sholmes, as you well know, it was Mr. Naruhodo's hard work in the court that solved the case.
Yeah, Mr. Sholmes. Why? Are you yet to hear what happened, Mr. Green?
Yes, I'm afraid.
Sholmes needs to shut up, indeed.
Yes, I'm afraid so. A gentleman from the police force is supposed to be coming to fill me in shortly.
Okay.
Oh, I see. Me coming around seems to have made everyone frantically busy. I'm so sorry, I should have never regained consciousness. It was selfish of me.
No, it's good that you regained consciousness.
Oh no, we're all so relieved that you're here, you're on the mend. Miss Green, really we are.
And hello, Andy Awkward. How have you been? Have you hijacked any planes recently? With that kind of attitude, maybe her surname should be Blue, not Green. About yourself. So, you're an artist, are you, Mr. Green?
Oh no, I couldn't possibly claim that. I'm a fledgling artist at best. I mean, I'm a student of art, really. At the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts.
Academy, or Academy, I like to call it. That's how I like to pronounce my things.
Oh my, an Academy of Fine Arts. Great Britain is such a wonderful country.
Tell me, Miss Green, do you live hereabouts?
Oh no, actually. I don't deserve it, but I have a little flat on Brixton Road.
I see. How very interesting.
Oh no, is it?
Brixton is some 10 stops away on the underground from here. And Thorndike Academy is mere 3-minute walk from Brixton town centre. Does that matter, Mr. Sholmes? Perhaps not, but Briar Road is far less salubrious part of town by comparison, dwelt in by those of inferior means, including the maleficent Mr. Mustache. Inferior means, I suppose Sasaki-san does fit the bill. It struck me as somewhat out of the ordinary for a young fine art student to be walking in such a short district. That's all. Okay, thanks, Mr. Sholmes. What's this? She suddenly clammed up.
Mr. Sholmes, you should be ashamed of yourself, prying into a young maiden's private affairs.
Oh dear me, do forgive me. Mr. Sholmes, why you do this, man?
If you don't mind, I'm being discharged shortly, so I need to pack up my things.
Oh yes, of course, we won't keep you. Thank you so much, Miss Green. Is this it? Wait. I can move? Okay then. So we're in the past. Ah, my nose. We're in the past. If I were to examine anything right now, I see Iris hard at work. The knife is still there. That's good to know. We got this thing. It's still there. This thing is back here. Yeah, nothing has changed since I last left. Let's see. If I remove, I can't go here. It's my home. Excuse me. Iris. That's incredible concentration, that is.
I find it quite remarkable how she can focus on so many different things at once.
Shulm's shitty violin. Indeed.
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal...
Perhaps I should try drinking more herbal tea. I should get some tea. Yeah, I want some ginger tea. Lemon ginger tea sounds nice. Should I get some? What time is it? Maybe in 5 minutes. Oh, someone... No, let me check this real quick. Alright, okay. My mum texts, that's for sure.
The blend third from the right would be good for you, Runo.
Oh, Iris? This girl is destined for great things, I'm sure. She's indeed destined for great things. Okay, so the special blend. I'm curious how these enormous metal chests... That's not what I want. I want to see... I want the tea.
You mustn't look in there, Runo. Those are notes are secret between Daddy and me.
And Mr. Sholmes isn't somehow in on this secret?
Hurley tends to forget, you see, as soon as he's involved of the case, in fact. Once when he reads one of my manuscript, we had a terrible argument about it. Never have I solved such a case, he said.
He was absolutely adamant. Oh my god. That's typical. Your VTuber avatar just took a nap. What do you mean just took it? Oh, right. Because, like, I was looking away. Sometimes I wonder if he's from another planet, don't you? It happens to a lot of VTuber avatars. Worry not, friend. Is this the special blend? It always strikes me how pretty these arrangements, you said.
It's my favourite one, in fact. I think it's high time for afternoon tea. Wait here, I'll fetch the special blend that I prepared for the day.
Oh, Iris, you do love your tea, don't you? I do love my tea too, actually. She looks happy at the prospect.
And after you've drunk it, I'll collect some experimental data. If that's right.
Just what is she about to make me drink? Suppose it's not that. I guess I have to... Ah! Have to look around then. Let's check out what she's typing. If I remember correctly, this large and imposing lump of iron is called a typewriter.
To think that every single one of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes blossomed from this very machine. Ah, such a dreamy thought.
I actually had to go on it the other day. The metal bars that move when you hit the keys got all tangled up somehow, and that made Iris very angry. Yeah, there's skills. It takes skill to actually type those.
Mr. Naruhodo, you're ruining my train of thoughts. Please don't do that again.
Now I've made Susato angry as well. I guess I should try to return to Miss Green's hospital bed then, since I can't really talk to her anymore. I assume that I can try having a look around. Maybe Sholmes might be doing something dumb in this hospital. I don't know. I don't see anything. Of anything, I've checked everything. Did she do her art? Oh wait, there's one more thing. Look, there's a photograph in this frame here. Oh, who's this fellow?
Oh yes, it's a picture of a young gentleman.
He looks to be about the same age as Miss Green, I would say. Perhaps the young woman's special someone, do you think?
My, Mr. Naruhodo, I don't think you had a sense for matters of the heart.
Not in the least. I sincerely said the first thing I thought of. Between you and me, I'm actually eating candy while I'm saying stuff. Is there a Mr. Narrowfooter here? Mr. Narrowfooter? Narrowfooter? Now, well, if you're looking for Mr. Naruhodo, the lawyer, that's me, but... Ah, Mr. Narrowfooter! Good, this is for you! It's a message from a Mr. Saucy Nutsmeg. Who? Saucy Nutsmeg? Who? Wait, Mr. Natsume? Narrow folder? Narrow folder? I love it! Oh. Mr. Natsume sent a message to me.
But why would a policeman be delivering a message from Mr. Natsume?
Exactly. What's going on? What's a Scotland Yard constable doing playing delivery boy at this time in the morning? Ain't no way. Saucy nutmate. Ain't no way indeed. What are you waiting for? Let me see that. Oh. Well, this is most unexpected. Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? Is something wrong, Mr. Sholmes? He says. Have you not seen this note? No, how could I have? How could I have? This man. I love this dude. It would seem that London's criminals have no intention of letting the great detective rest. A new case calls, a case of murder no less. We must depart at once.
Murder?
That means I've got like six cases on my name. Call a cab, time is of the essence. But the trouble is, we've yet to read Mr. Natsume's note. I was thinking we ought to pay him a visit in his lodgings once we did. Another case? Yep, another case, buddy. That will be entirely convenient.
Convenient? What do you mean?
It's all here in the note, my dear fellows. The murder we must investigate took place at Mr. Moustache lodgings. Wait, what?
I'll hail a fias at once.
Is that the British word for taxi? It was only yesterday that Sasaki-san was in court, and we were dispelling doubts about his innocence. And now, the very next day, there was a murder at the man's own address. He may very well be the unluckiest man alive. Or so it seems to us at the time, but we were to sooner discover it was worse than we thought. Go blimey. Time Time for Saucy Nutmeg to jail again. Saucy Nutmeg. 21st February, 7:18 a.m. God blimey. We've lots of work to do, lads. Oh God! Who is this Shakespeare-looking man? What on earth?
Oh my, the gentleman is deceased. Without question, he's dead.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Mr. Saucy Nutmate. Oh, why? Why is this happening? Why to me? I've only just got out of court yesterday. I was finally home after 2 days of mystery. And then I wake up the next day to this. No early bird should catch a worm like this. Shame Picker. Woeful worm without wiggle. Shame Pier is dead. I see you're in high spirits again this morning, Mr. Mustache. Not the horrible Herlock Sholmes. Shoo, shove off. Show yourself the door. I never invited you.
Mr. Sholmes came here with us. I'm quite sure he'll be able to help you, Mr. Natsume.
I'm entirely at your disposal, Mr. Mustache. What can I do for you? Oh, it's Mr. Gregson. Here they are already, these busybodies. Inspector Gregson, what a pleasant surprise. Pleasant, isn't it? Is it? Gives me heartburn every time I see your face at a crime scene, Sholmes. I deduce, Inspector, that your heartburn is a result of your excessive consumption of fried food. Saucy Nutmeg hates Sholmes is confirmed. Indeed, he's always hate the man. Good morning, Inspector. This is a crime scene. Don't you go touching anything. Oh, good morning to you too, sunshine. Or good morning to you, sunshine. God blimey, everyone's dead all over again. I guess I'll have to do my job and investigate. Who is this Shakespeare-looking fellow? I mean, Hamlet-looking fellow. Alright, let's see what Mr. Gregson has to say. So, Inspector, what was the victim's name? Who was he? Mr. William Shamspeare. He was a lodger here. Oh, it is? Okay, thanks, Mr. Andy. As you can probably tell, he was an actor. A bit of a dead loss as it happens. Or just dead.
Mr. Shamspeare.
It was the landlord, old Mr. Garadeb, and the other lodger, Mr. Natsume, who found him. Shamspeare. The fella didn't rise at his unusual hour, so Garadeb got worried and kicked the door down. But doesn't Mr. Garadeb have a bad leg? Ah, yeah, you're right there. It was that jittery Japanese hunchback over there who actually did the kicking. Really, Sosaki-san? The victim was pretty hard up, it seems. Even done some time inside for petty crimes. Huh. He had no money, no place to go, and no friends. His only acquaintances were the people in his house. Oh, I see. Miserable life, and a miserable end to it. So, what exactly is Mr. Natsume still doing here? He's not involved in the investigation, so shouldn't you have sent him away from the crime scene? Well, I'm not saying it's because the fella looks odd or anything, or that he acts suspicious. But I thought it would be prudent to take a statement from the cohabiter. Oh, you're about to call Mr. Cat the culprit again, Mr. Gregson? If that's your real name. You are one of the Grimsby boys, aren't you? Wait, no. What was that group's name again? The Skulkin Brothers. Yeah? As they say, the Skulkin never skulkins. Yes, that's when we finally got to jail. You nearly said culprit there, didn't you?
Oh dear, Mr. Natsume appears to be under suspicion again.
Mr. Saucy Nutmate. It certainly seems that way. He does just came across as such an odd fellow, doesn't he?
Poor man, how unfortunate.
Anyway, I can't say much until the coroner gets here. But I don't think the fella's been a goner that long. The body's still warm. Even if the inspector would allow it, I don't think I could bring myself to touch a dead a dead body. Alright, right. What a terrible thing to have happened. It's only been 3 days since I was arrested for the incident on the pavement outside. And then having finally regained my freedom, it starts happening all over again. The Skulkin brothers' endless existence of execution expresses. Skulkin brothers' case, the time you accused me for killing Winterbank. Did you not? So the victim lives here on the ground floor, and your room just one story up, isn't it? Don't blame me. Yes, that's right. In a way, we were neighbors, I suppose. So, did you know the victim? Were you friends? Remember the "gimme the gun" quote? Yep, that was your famous line, I would say. And I tried really hard not to give you the gun, Mr. Arkwood. What's wrong with him now? What's the matter with Sasaki-san now? It was an innocent enough question, wasn't it? Why does he seem so shaken by it? Well, I suppose he wasn't complete stranger. But he did invite me to his room. Never! On my honor, I swear it.
What an extreme reaction. You're probably wishing it never asked now, aren't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Narrow Oda, Narrow Folder, Narrow Fodder, all sorts of names we call him, that's for sure. Saucy nutmate shaking like a blender trying to blend a brick. Indeed. When we found him here, I felt wretched, which is why I sent word asking you to come. Through that inspector over there. Oh, fine. You know what? I really like taking like photos of these funny little guys. The man's making a pose, and they're really good thumbnail materials, if I'd say. Really, really good thumbnail materials. Take a look at the body. In a bit then. Mr. Sholmes, what are you doing? Ha! You needed only to observe to know it, my dear fellow. Investigating, naturally. There's nothing natural about that pose.
Mr. Sholmes, have you made some miraculous discoveries?
Patience, my dear madam, patience. We've not only been here in this room 5 minutes. Oh, gosh. So far, I've managed to deduce what actually happened.
My goodness. But is that everything we need to know, Mr. Sholmes?
Now that you suppose the idea, I believe one could indeed see it that way. At the precise time, I have managed to draw 2 incontrovertible conclusions. The first, that there was a physical struggle here last night in which the victim fought for his life. Mr. Saucy Nutmeg, what's wrong? Is something that Mr. Sholmes said significant somehow? No, don't mind me. Forget it, I was here. And my second conclusion is that there was a poison lingering in the air here last night that passed the victim's lips. Nonsense! All right, Mr. Saucy Nutmeg. Why are you reacting so extremely to Mr. Sholmes' deductions? No, please. Pretend I'm not here. Invisible, ineffable, inscrutable, insignificant. Impossible to ignore.
You must tell us everything. Tell us everything, Mr. Sholmes. Spare no detail.
But of course. Let the theatrical tragedy before us be unraveled by my great deductions presented for your pleasure in 2 acts. We've heard some truly astounding great deductions from Mr. Sholmes in the past. No doubt this will be no exception. What miracles will unfold before our eyes this time? Sholmes being a useless guy, indeed. He's not that useless. All I need, he just gives in the facts. Wrong ones, but I can correct it. That's the most important. So, my dear fellows, for your delight and wonder, let the curtains rise. For Sherlock Holmes, logic and reasoning spectacular, Act 1. The Great Deduction. The game is afoot. Cause of death. Oh, look, cheese. Careful observation of the victim reveals to us the events that transpired in the disconsolate room last night. Foam at the mouth of the deceased clearly indicates that the use of poison. Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate which contains, you will observe, 1/2 of sizable bar of soap, meaningful and audibly. Oh, not this word again. Indubitably. I hate that word. Why is the soap set purposely upon the dish like the victim's last supper? In fact, yes. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course, the fork reveals the answer. What an idiot. A bar of soap for dinner? Exactly right. It appears that the young man's appetite was his undoing. Taking up arms in the form of his cutlery, the victim engaged in deadly battle for his life. Yet the struggle against his hunger was in vain, for in the end he couldn't resist devouring the slippery feast. But London's foul soap is besmirched by foul poison. Gosh. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by the poison that tainted the contents of the plate. The soap and the lather about the young man's mouth are too perfectly matched to ignore. I'm gonna end the stream early tonight because my throat really hurts. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to excessive ingestion of foul soap. Though personally, I have great interest in the taste of foul candle wax, of course. Gosh. That's the conclusion. That's it, boys. I accept that answer. I might, though. The cause of death identified, we proceeded to Act 2, where we pondered the next question. Was this suicide or murder? The audience will recall that death reoccurred during the victim's last supper. Did the man dine and die alone? This single teacup suggests the answer. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however. Certainly, the careful criminal would have been absconded with his own cup to cover his tracks. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the broken lock. Though forced open now, at the time of the incident, this door was locked. And the sole key was the victim's pocket. La la la. In other words, when the victim consumed the poison, he must have been alone. Alone with this inferior soap from whence wafted an inferior scent. Oh. And with that acrid aroma lingering in the air, the victim met his end in tragic solitude. We can only take comfort in the fact that his soul was cleansed on its way to the afterlife. Fucking pun, Mr. Sholmes. No possible perpetrator present. I need to take more pastilles. Thus concludes the final act of Sherlock Holmes' Great Deduction. Okay, thanks, Mr. Sholmes. Good job. There's just one thing, Mr. Sholmes. You are disposed to identifying just one thing, aren't you, Mr. Narodo? Pray, what concerns you now, narrow fodder? Well, no matter how hungry he was, do you think this man would have eaten soap? It's quite apparent that this man had barely a penny to his name. It is a curious thing, but But to one so destitute, soap can suddenly appear quite irresistibly appetizing. Okay.
How extraordinary.
In truth, I have tried a little soap myself in the past. You've eaten it, you mean? Oh shit. Is it back? I saw it being offline for a bit. Oh gosh. The experience taught me a valuable lesson. Soap is quite poisonous. Indeed. It has an unpleasant taste and leads to great discomfort. In summary, I cannot recommend. Believe me, I wouldn't eat it even if you did.
There's something that troubles me as well, actually.
Oh, what's that? It's Mr. Saucy Nutmeg. Ah!
I couldn't help noticing him shuddering, quivering out of the corner of my eye.
Oh, wait, Mum.
Almost as if Mr. Shum's seduction touched a nerve somehow.
No. Nonsense. Well, that clenched teeth episode didn't last.
I think, judging by Mr. Saucy Nutmeg's reaction, the great detective's seduction may need some gentle corrections in order to reach the actual truth.
As usual, let's go, baby. I can do this. Alright, after this, I will. Yes, Mr. Shum's observation and deductions are sometimes a little too sharp. He has a tendency to hit the nail on the side of the head and drive it in at an obtuse angle. When he does that, it falls to us to straighten things out. Indeed.
Alright then, let's see what
we can do.
Yes, we must pick up the keywords in Mr. Shum's quite brilliant deductions. And let's quickly exchange them for something that makes a little more sense. If we can do that, I'm sure we'll arrive at what Mr. Shum's were meant to say in the first place.
Yep, Susato is so cute. In that case, are you ready for the second performance of the day? Once again, my dear fellow, for your continued delight, wonder let the curtain rise. For Sherlock Holmes' Logic and Reasoning Spectacular, Act 1. Alright, that's enough of that, love. Alright, love, see what you're gonna show us, yeah. Careful observation. Wait, I don't need to read this anymore. Gosh, what am I doing? Farmer's mouth, the stage cleaner indicates the use of poison. Next to the victim, we notice a large dining plate which contains, you'll observe, one half of a sizable bar of soap, meaningful, indubitably, which is the soap set to soak purposely upon the dish, like the victim's last supper, in fact, yes. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course, the fork reveals the answer. Well, you can't deny a fork implies a man is eating something or about to eat something. Yes, it's true. I don't think that's a bar of soap, if anything. Could be butter. With a fork with chopsticks. Of course, only half the bar of soap is left of the plate. But might there be some other explanation? Something material that proves that not the man ate some soap. Yeah, that's true. Is this really a bar of soap? No. That looks like a stein, if anything. Hey? The cup's empty, no way of knowing. Ah, how about this for an idea? Oh gosh. Of course. The teacup reveals the answer. Wait, what's that? can't move anymore. It's only the teacup that's left, if anything. So,
Take that!
teacup. I don't think it... Yeah, that's it. Possibilities are endless. Huh. Okay, it's not the answer then. Ugh. Alright. It's not the answer. Then what else? So it's not that. I don't think I can move it anymore. Nor can I zoom out. That's just a teacup. Oh, other piece of soap. There's more soap on the floor. There's no jump to conclusions, man. Ado, look closely at the soap. Do you see that it would fit together perfectly? I believe this is the answer.
Take that!
Yeah! Woo! So that means it's a no. Could it be that the man was about to eat it? Of course. The other piece of soap reveals the answer. It being the other half of the soap on the table ensured the victim was not eating the soap at all. But it is obvious really, for no depths of hunger could drive any man to attempt to eat soap. Even I, with my unquenchable thirst for practical knowledge, took only a single bite. But that begs the question of how the man was poisoned, because there is no signs of any food on the table. An excellent observation, Mr. Narrowfodder, and one that furnishes us with the answer we seek. For London's foul soap is... Oh wait, I don't need to read this anymore. Haha. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison tainted with the contents of this place. Oh, I can only look through here, yeah. There's that stone. I need to know. I think the cup is the obvious answer, yeah?
Take that!
Yeah, that's the only answer. Easy. 0 deaths, baby. 0 deaths. Yes, the victim's life was claimed by poison that tainted the teacup. Indeed, cups have been the vessel of choice for practicing poisoners over the centuries. And it would appear that this victim drank every last drop. There's no signs of food anywhere in the room. Which leads us to one immutable conclusion. Wait. The cause of death was clearly intoxication due to ingestion of poison contained in this teacup. Alright, baby. Poison in the tea. Suicide or murder? Let's see what we have to say about this one. We burn to the next question. Was this suicide or murder? Most of poison had to do with murder. That's what I would say. Did the man dine and die alone? Got drinks again. Foamy mouth.
Take that!
I don't think he's dead though. He looks fine to me. Look, he's smiling even. Did the man dine and die alone? The other cups suggest the answer. Yes, there were 2 teacups in this room all along. In other words, this is a strong indication that the victim's last supper, there was a guest present. And at the very least, we can say now with certainty that somebody else was here in this room last night, taking tea with the victim. What are you talking about? Utterly unbelievable, unjust, unreasonable. To draw a conclusion on such meager evidence would be foolish, however, certainly. In which case, what we can deduce about this possible guest at the table. Well, allow me to lift the veil of doubt, my dear fellow. Do you mean to say you know who exactly this room at the time of the victim's death? Indeed, what reveals the answer of the court is the broken lock. I'm not sure like this action was going. Select to go back to the Helton days, eating too much soap. But identify the guess. Oh, we cannot ignore the truth in no narrow order. Alright, let's do this. Hell yeah, solved it, lads. Exactly.
Take that!
Alright, here we go. Indeed, what reveals the answer, of course, is the pile of familiar books. Quite so, it's no mere coincidence that these 3 titles are here in this room. It's the link to the truth. Mr. Natsume, you purchased these books 4 days ago at second-hand bookshop. That's just coincidence. In that case, you'll be able to bring the same 3 titles from your own room, will you not? This very moment. No, never, none, negotiable. If you can't bring your own copies here, it proves that these 3 books are in fact yours. So fabulous. Having purchased the books 4 days ago and returned to your lodgings, you were arrested the very next day. So you could conceivably have brought these books here that evening. But you never mentioned that. In other words, you could only have brought these 3 books here to the victim's room. Fabulous. Last night, having returned to your lodgings after the trial concluded at the Old Bailey... In short, there is only one possible conclusion. The victim died here in his room last night as a result of poisoning. And at the same time, the victim had a visitor. And that visitor... was you, Mr. Sasaki Nasame. Saucy Nutmeg. Thus concludes the final act of Sherlock Holmes' Great Deduction. Deduction complete. Alright, nice. I'm texting a bit. Yeah. Not again, not again, not again! Not again! My voice is dead now. Well, then, Mr. Natsume. I repair you're gonna have to accompany me to down to the yard again. But wait! Hold your horses. Yes? Door, key, locked, entry, exit, entirely possible. He's flustered. He's not even being stranger than normal. What's that you think that's an alibi? You could have just made a copy. What? You live in the same building after all. You'd have plenty of opportunity, I'm sure. Misery me! Sorry, sir. You'll get your chance to give your side of the story later. The facts speak for themselves, Mr. Mustache. You horrible Sherlock Holmes. He really has found himself an arch rival now, hasn't he? Come on now, no dilly-dallying. Outside, the carriage waiting. Look up to the Netherworld, Esquire. I never imagined I'd be in this position again, but you have to help me, please. I'm innocent. All right, I understand. We'll come to your cell later and talk about it. He's going to jail again. And one more thing. Oh, yes? My poor little kitty cat. Please give him his breakfast for me. Oh, okay. Goodbye, little Mr. Natsume. And so, his evil curse still apparently unbroken. Sasaki-san found himself once again in prime suspect in a case of murder. Thanks to the incriminating deduction of great detective and mine. My dear fellow, that honor belongs to you. True. Well, at least that means Inspector Gregson is no longer here. Can I examine the crime scene in more detail now?
That's right. And of course.
What?
Have you forgotten what the inspector mentioned before? It was the landlord, Mr. Garrideb, who discovered Mr. Shamspeare.
Ah, Mr. Johnson Garrideb, yes.
I suspect we can find him sitting in his room on the top floor as usual.
Right. We must remember to go and talk to him later then. Well, I don't think it's good for my voice anymore. That I should continue voicing out. So I'm gonna have to, like, end this thing here, my lads and lasses. Yeah. I'm gonna have to end this case here. Alright, thanks for coming, all of yous. I'm very tired and my voice is very dead right now. So, thanks for coming. I love all of you. And a goodbye.
I'm back here, and I. Ah.